and I've now done 5 weeks of the Ultramind Solution. This week I've been more careful and I haven't had any gluten, so it's been great. One thing I did find was I found some gluten-free bread, and then I did read the label and found it had some sugar in, but I was so desperate for something that was just sort of easy to eat. I had about, the bread was quite small slices, but there was one day I had about 6 slices. It had been so long since I'd eaten bread, because I gave up normal bread last year. It was a real treat. Anyway, I had this day, and it left me feeling for about 24 hours just not quite right, a little bit anxious. It wasn't as bad as gluten, I must say, and that made me think. I still had some of the bread left, so the other day I thought I'll just try 2 slices, and I made sure I ate it with some soup. So I made sure I ate it with fibre, because obviously the fibre will slow down the release of glucose into the bloodstream. And it was just a little bit of sugar added to bread, but one thing I'm learning is how damn sensitive I am to these things that most people would think would have no effect on you. So I'm kind of relearning about my relationship with food through this, which is amazing. Because most people just assume they have a specific relationship with food, as in, I love it, but it doesn't harm my mind. I'm realising that you can't assume anything. You have to try things out. Anyway, so a couple of days after this, I had 2 slices. Like as I say, I had 2 slices of this gluten-free bread with a little bit of sugar in. And I was okay, I was fine. So that was a great thing to know. I'm obviously starting this reintroduction thing a bit early. I haven't done this whole programme perfectly, but the really important things for me, I have done it. So that's just how it is. The most important thing is that I feel back to how I felt when I got the gluten out of my system before I made mistakes and inadvertently introduced gluten and sugar into my diet. So I feel fantastic. I've got loads of energy. I've got incredible focus. But the emotional control it's just amazing. And it's not emotional control in as in, right, I really want to shout and scream, but I'm going to shut my mouth. It's not. It's actually, okay, something might upset me or could potentially make me angry, but for some reason there's this natural ability to cope with things, and so instead of screaming and shouting, I will calmly say, I'm not happy about that. And that I've never done in my life. So, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. One other thing is my weight stabilised. So I weighed myself and I was the same as last week, which was 137 pounds of 9 stone 11. So I'm really pleased with that, and I feel that's a good weight for me to be. And I don't feel in my body, I still don't feel right, but that's a lot to do with the history of compulsive eating and the disassociation, body disassociation that I've gone through, lived with. And so I think it's the way that you deal with that is not through losing more weight. I've lost nearly, where was I? I was 13 stone 7 at my heaviest before I started using a lot of the stuff about my mind to lose weight. And now I'm almost 4 stone less than that. And yeah, I haven't completely got rid of this body disassociation with weight loss. So it's about, there's different routes to do that. I talked about that in an earlier video. Okay, so yeah, and I'm coming to the end of this plan. So I will be looking at the reintroduction of stuff next week. So I'll know, and I'll be doing it in the proper way that he said. Just one little thing, there's one thing that I really did miss at the beginning, and that was tea. I think I said in the first video I really was drinking about maybe 12-15 cups a day, quite weak tea, black tea. You could always see the bottom of the cup, but just I was a bit of a tea monster, and I don't miss it anymore. I did have some was it decaffeinated tea, which is probably cheating. I had it when I was out and I thought, oh, I just can't resist. And it was absolutely delicious, I must say. But I bought some herbal tea from at home, but a lot of the time I just drink hot water or sort of a stock kind of drink. But yeah, I really feel like I've weaned myself off that, and I don't know if I want to go back to it, because it's the feeling of control, and I think that it does a lot for your sense of self. And being out of control in relation to things I've eaten and drunk in my life has been such a huge source of misery for me, and a huge source of not taking responsibility. So I think about it. Maybe I'll just have tea when I'm out and about, so I really, really enjoy it. Because if you're drinking 12 to 15 cups of something a day, there's a limit to how much, proper pleasure you're going to get out of it, I think. Alright, so I will make a video next week, but yeah, it's great. This book, The Ultramind Solution, has absolutely changed my life, and that's no exaggeration. I am a different person, and this one is a lot nicer to be around. Okay, cheers, bye.